The 2026 theme park season is almost here. In fact, you could say it is here because February half term's over, Blackpool's open the day that I'm making this, and even the Towers is open for Blue Light Day, so we're pretty much here. But let's talk either way about what is coming this year, because while it may not be as big as 2024 or 1994, it's still a pretty decent year for theme parks, especially if you like IPs. That is why I have collected a list of 10 different things coming to theme parks or amusement parks in this year, and I've ranked them. Oh yes, let's do a ranking of what is coming. If you don't agree with me, tough, you're gonna have to deal with it, because my opinion is the right one. Let's get into it. I'm gonna start with an honourable mention, because you can't really call this much of a theme park, and also this probably won't be here for long. It might be here for a year, it could be here for 5. But Clarence Pier in Southsea, Portsmouth, a place that I really like because they gave me a shout out once. That's why they're honourable mention, to be fair. I don't want to give them last place. They're honourable mention. Clarence Pier at Southsea is getting an air race, which I am very excited to ride because I haven't done an air race before, and I'm sure I'll be riding it this year. I love a little trip to Portsmouth. In fact, I went there the other week and I was very depressed to see that Clarence Pier was shut. I did go to Kids Island, which is a very small little bit on a pier, although that was closed because of bad weather. So I just cried into my fish and chips. But no, let's get serious here, which I don't do often. I don't think I've ever gotten serious here. But number 9 out of 9 for this ranking is Lightwater Valley, which are getting, well, they've got new owners and they've said they're putting in a spinner. They've been owned by the Mellors Group, I think it's called, who own Fantasy Island in Skegness. And yeah, it's just a spinner really. I really don't think, I mean, it's better than how they were before. Lightwater Valley I thought was going to be the next theme park to shut in the UK. But they're definitely on the up a bit, but I don't think this is going to save them. There's another park on this list which is higher, partly because of bias, but also partly because they're getting a lot more, and you can tell that their owners really care about it. I'm sure the Mellors Group care about Lightwater, but I can't see it going very far, unlike the one that I'm going to mention later. But number 8, now this is going to be the first time, and probably last time, you're going to see me put Thorpe Park somewhere quite far back on a ranking. But yes, Thorpe Park come in at 8th place for their new additions this year, because all they've got really is repainting tidal wave supports, which to be honest makes it look worse because it kind of looked nice rusty. It was meant to look rusty. It was just, I guess, a bit too rusty for them. But yeah, now it's all glossy white and it doesn't really fit in. I really hope they add the fake rust back. What am I doing with my eyebrow? But yeah, and they've also got the launch pad, which I don't actually know is coming this year, but I hope so, because I don't want to see a blooming construction site all year. But yeah, that's not very exciting, is it? Oh, and they repainted Detonator, which is nice enough, but yeah. Or maybe Hyperia's got a backwards seat as well. If that happens, I might move it up to 7th or 6th, because that would be good, but I don't know. It would be a bit of a cheat. But yeah, let's go into number 7. Epic segue. Talking of number 7, that's Creeley, which are getting Magma from Paulton Spark, which will be mentioned much later on. Bit of a spoiler there. Magma from Paulton Spark, and it's, I think, Pirate's Plummet, I think it's called. I haven't done much research. And then a weird inverting thing. I can't remember what they're called. There's one at Drayton Manor, I'm pretty sure, unless it got removed. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. They seem to have got rid of all their good rides, other than Shockwave, which they downgraded. I haven't been there, to be fair. I'm hoping to go there later this month for their little cheap day. But yeah, it's a nice little investment for Creeley. Don't know why I'm talking about Drayton Manor, to be honest, seeing as I'm talking about Creeley. It looks like a decent park. I wouldn't travel there. It's very far. I wouldn't travel there partly because I haven't got a car or any means of transport, so that would be pretty stupid of me to think I could travel there. Yeah, solid little addition for a little park. Right, so the next thing is Bluey at Alton Towers, which we're going to speak about. And yeah, it looks like a decent ride. The third Granny's themed attraction at Alton Towers, which is interesting. I didn't even know Jojo and Gran Gran was a thing until about a week ago. I've never been in CBeebies Land. I don't really know why I would, other than to get the creds. But yeah, I mean, Bluey, right, it's going to be really popular. Was it a good choice? I think getting a coaster, not really a good choice, because they could have spent a lot less money on retheming Postman Pat, and it probably would have made more sense. And yeah, just getting rid of capacity for Postman Pat, and I think the little monorail thingy, I can't remember what it's called, Go Set Go, whatever it's called. I imagine there was capacity loss from that, from less space, because they could use less carts. I'm not really sure. I'm not a CBeebies Land expert. Again, like I said, I've never been in there. I would feel weird going in there. I guess I better get in there while I still can, because if I'm like 30 walking around CBeebies and let's get the cred, that might seem a little bit more odd. Don't know. But there will be a lot of 30-year-olds going to ride, but there will be a lot of 45-year-olds going to ride Bluey the Ride for good intentions. They want the cred. They like Bluey for some reason. Probably some bad intentions as well, but that will probably go under the radar. It should probably have a thing where you can't ride with, unless if you have a kid with you. But we all want that cred, don't we? Next up, moving on swiftly on, is Pleasurewood Hills, which is a park I've never spoken about on this channel because, well, I went there before I made it, and I might have spoken about it before. I might have spoken about Wipeout. Oh, I would have done in the ranking every roller coaster I've been on video, which you should definitely watch. But yeah, it's a good park, and it's about to get a lot better because they've got new owners in there. You can tell they really care about it. They're completely changing all the pathways. They're getting 4 new rides this year. They're doing up loads of stuff, new bins, which look lovely. But yeah, they really care. You can tell that they care about the park and they want it to go somewhere like it did in the 90s apparently. And yeah, it's good. I'm excited to see what the future holds for that park. Mac Extreme Spinner, ooh. I mean, I wouldn't put it, if they had a decent amount of money coming in, what they should do is get an IP. They should get a kids IP like Thomas Land or Peppa Pig, not those though, because those are taken, but something like that, because that's what gets Drayton their money, that's what gets Polton's their money. So they should definitely do that, and then try and see where it goes. But yeah, let's talk about the next one. Something that I was unaware about until a few days ago was that Legoland have got a whole new plan for the next 5 years to for the whole park to be pretty much redone and refreshed, look completely different for 2031, which is a completely random year, and I wonder what's happening that year. Nothing exciting that might make them want to make the park look a bit better. Oh, what's Universal? Legoland Windsor, which I didn't know was getting anything until the other day, they're just completely redoing the whole park over the next few years for 2031. I wonder what's happening then. But don't know what's happening in 2020 and 2031. There's nothing of importance that would make them want to completely redo the whole park. Ooh. But yeah, Legoland this year are completely redoing Pirate Shores, which it needed redoing. It was one of the worst areas. That and the Egyptian area, probably the worst ones. That will probably be next. And then Knight's Kingdom, which I like Knight's Kingdom. It's got the dragon, which I love. I love the dragon way too much. But yeah, I wonder what they're going to do. I think it's just new models for Knight's Kingdom, and then Pirate Shores is getting a proper refresh, which it really needs. It was looking pretty dire. But yeah, hopefully Pirate Falls will get a few new stuff as well, because I like Pirate Falls. It's the best log flume I've done. Actually, if you count Valhalla, that's the best one. It's not, Pirate Falls isn't quite Valhalla. Now we're on to like major, proper new investments for 2026, which should do very well for the parks that they're at. So, starting with Blackpool Pleasure Beach, which I haven't spoken about properly on this channel since I went there in 2024. And Evictus, the brand new gyro swing, which I thought Thorpe Park was going to be the first to get a big gyro swing. But no, Blackpool's done it first. Definitely didn't think they would get one, and then, well, it got leaked like a year early, didn't it? But yeah, it looks really fun. The only reason it's not in second for me is because I'm not going to ride it for years. Blackpool's like 5 hours away from me. I'm not going up there, not even for a gyro swing. It's just It's a great park, it's just missing something. I feel like it needs one more major coaster. I think a dive coaster would go down really well there. Well, it would definitely go down. Dive coasters famously go down, for those who don't know. That's why they're called dive coasters. But Invictus does look very, very fun, very, very intense, and very, very odd from some angles. And I know that some people will be very, very annoyed that I've put it in third place behind Paw Patrol at Chessington. I am genuinely a bit excited for this. I know I said earlier about kids' rides, but this is like a childhood show for me that I used to love, and I think it's going to do wonders for Chessington. Some people say it's a dying breed, dog. Paw Patrol is, but I'm pretty sure it's still pretty popular. I mean, again, I haven't watched it in a very long time, but I wouldn't say it's fallen back or anything. I think it's a pretty popular IP. I think it's a good choice, and that with Minecraft next year, they're going to be Chessington World of IPs. I mean, they'll have World of Jumanji, World of Paw Patrol, and probably World of Minecraft at Chessington World of Adventures. People don't like the names. I didn't think World of Jumanji was a good name at first, but I think they're good names now, because World of, it fits, but it will get a bit boring after the fourth time. Whenever they do a fourth one, I'm sure it'll be World of Transylvania once Vampire gets its refurb. But yeah, it does look quite well themed. It does look a bit cartoony, people say, but I mean, I don't know. Last time I checked, Paw Patrol wasn't live action. I'm pretty sure it was a cartoon. So shocker if it looks cartoony. Oh my god. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be quite fun. Quite a good new addition, and I'm looking forward to get on that slide. And of course, I'm sure you've guessed it, the best new thing coming to UK theme parks this year is of course Valgard Realm of the Vikings at Porters Park. I mean, this themed area looks insane. It is most likely going to be the best themed area in the UK. I mean, the only two we've got in the UK are Rage and Saw, and Saw's pretty rough, Rage is decent. But yeah, this area just looks insane, and it's getting built upon even more next year, but that's for next year's version of this, if this does decently and I do another one. But yeah, I'm not going to waffle on for much longer, so I will see you when I see you. So on that terrible disappointment for you, for when you next see me, goodbye.